Welcome to Lincoln, Nebraska and Memorial Stadium. This sea of red ready to rock. One of the most loyal fan bases in the sport, ready to see the Cornhuskers get back to that championship level. This is not a normal matchup. Two teams ranked in the top 10, colliding right here in the middle of the season, trying to make a strong statement. Big playoff implications. We'll see a team that's had a chance to rest from a bye week, the Clemson Tigers. Taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. And the Tigers will kick this deep to get us going. They're returning from inside the 10-yard line. And the returner brought down by that coverage team. So Nebraska's offense will start in a bad spot here thanks to that return. And here comes one of the elite running backs in all of college football. When he gets the ball in his hands, it's just hold your breath time, Kirk. He's been electrifying.
He sure is. The embodiment of a superstar. The bona fide runner with ill intentions for the defense. This offense leans on him, and there aren't very many times that he doesn't come through for him.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. They don't block the defensive end and shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Slides to avoid the big hit.
How about this by the quarterback? He takes a negative play and turns it into positive yards and slides down before taking a big shot. It's an excellent job of getting down to avoid that big hit.
Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. And he decides to just throw it away. That's going to bring up 4th down now. And the Huskers will have to kick this away. That's the first punt today for the offense. And it's taken right on the midfield logo. They finally get him down, but that's a solid return. Good work by the return man. So the Clemson Tigers offense makes their way onto the field for their first possession. Well, it's not easy to narrow down the impact players to just a few guys, Kurt. But what do you expect from them today?
Well, we got guys that can make plays as well as anybody in the country on both sides of the ball. That's why I think this matchup is so exciting. Two good teams with great individual players.
And that catch is hauled in. Good work to get the foot down after the grab. This running back, Kirk, might have been spending some time with those receiver drills.
Yeah, as you know, Chris, these running backs anymore in college football, they are really like glorified wide receivers because not only do they have to be excellent runners, but as you see here, the ability to be able to catch the ball and then the awareness to get a foot down to be able to stay in bounds for a nice game.
Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. A change of direction. Gain moves the ball to the 21 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that's a good, hard, tough running there to get that first down to keep this drive alive. Early in this game, the offense really asserting themselves. They're not thinking about a field goal. They're trying to put this ball in the end zone.
Clemson getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. It's a quick grab. It's a hard running there through a tackle. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball inside the 10-yard line. Defense getting pushed back.
You know, this is what makes this receiver so dangerous. If you play him in man, he can run by you for a big play. You decide to sit back in zone.
And the sack is made. That's a nice play there by the sophomore.
Well, it's a great job by this defense coming up with a big sack there on 1st and goal. The offense still has their opportunities. Let's see if they can get back on track.
Nowhere to go here, and the ball is knocked loose. Defense grabs the football. It's a turnover.
I think that's on the quarterback and the offensive line. They were breathing down this quarterback's neck before he could even recognize that they were there, and they were able to knock it loose.
From the shotgun, it's a handoff. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to 29.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on 1st down.
Makes a quick grab. They tackle him, but not before he makes the 45. A solid gain.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Quick throw, catch made on the out route.
We see this all over the country now in college football. Defensive backs staying back a little bit deeper, forcing the quarterback to have to throw things in front. I like the decision here by the quarterback because he gets positive yards. It's a good way of staying ahead of the chains.
Caught quickly. They've got him, but that completion good enough for first down yardage.
Boy, the defense brought the blitz, but the quarterback not only recognizes it, but knows where to go with the football. Finds the back out of the backfield and picks up a first down.
And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8.
Cristiano, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
And he goes down behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yardage on that pass play. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back. We're going to throw for the first down. He's going to be brought down by that ferocious pass rush. Nice sack.
This is good pressure by the defense, but it just felt like the quarterback was holding on to the ball a little bit too long, which allowed the defense to get home.
They'll kick it away here. Ball lands at the 5. It doesn't check up. Bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Okay, the Clemson offense heads back out onto the field. They moved it well last time. Got across the 50, but then fumbled the football away. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? A handoff to the back. Gets some space around the 30. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain. Well, the big fella's Kirk flowing to the right there. The defense just has no answer. It's a huge gain.
Yeah, and what a patience there by the running back. Just allowing those blocks to be set up there off to the right. And then once he saw the crease in the defense, accelerates through that hole to show you what kind of speed he has for a big gain and a first down.
The drive stays alive with that completion for a first down. Finds an open target on the left side. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play.
Well, this is why... Ball is so important. You run the ball and then you go play action. It affects the eyes of the safeties and the linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
The offense with some pre-snap eye candy. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. Picks up a short gain, but his swarm of the defense flying to the football. The important third down play coming up. Try and muscle for the first down. Looks like Clemson will have the first down.
Here's a great example of a back knowing where he needed to go on this play, and he didn't mess around. He got between the tackles and earned every single yard.
That run, good for a first down. The offense still rolling. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Makes the grab. It's Wolf. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. Clemson getting set with a 1st and 10 now. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play. Clemson now operating in the red zone. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Could not get there on the scramble, short of the marker. And now a fourth down decision coming up. The Tigers will look to convert here on fourth down. Trying for a fourth down completion. And they've got him a sack to end the drive. What a play by this defense.
I love the aggressive nature here by this defense on this fourth down. The offense is going for it, and instead of sitting back, they decide to attack that offensive front. They get after them with a lot of bodies. They're able to come up with that sack.
Second down play coming up. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down.
Great execution on the RPO. Quarterback does a nice job as he's putting the ball into the belly of the back, making sure to read his key. This defense was determined. They came up to stop the run. Quarterback saw it, pulled it out, hit the quick slant right behind it for some great yards.
Offense getting set. It's second down.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. And he'll drop back here on third down. Quick completion to the tight end. Defense makes the tackle here on the final play of the first quarter. Getting set for the second quarter here. Both offenses searching for a spark. They didn't do much in the first quarter at all. The Huskers bring their punt team onto the field. And that sets up a return. When he's got some space here. Finally forced out of bounds, but a solid return that time. And the powerful Crimson offense is back out there. On the last possession, they passed up on a field goal attempt, but got stopped on fourth down. What can they do here? Catch made on the out route. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. That completion good for a first down. The offense working with a new set of downs here. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on.
The protection breaks down again. Back-to-back sacks.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, Chris, is people like to say this is an obvious passing situation. It's really hard to vary things up and confuse the defense. This time, the defensive line just came right in, expecting the pass, and blew up the play.
Pulls it in. It's Wells. Tackle is finally made, but not before it's a huge gain, down to the 25.
Well, you could tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that in route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
First down. Looking to throw the football. He's moving out of the pocket. Pass caught. Can he get in? Receiver steps out just short of the goal line. So two big plays in a row. The defense is reeling here. Now it's first and goal. Quarterback drops back. He's moving out of the pocket now. Forced out of bounds just short of the end zone.
Boy, Chris, I thought when he took off on his scramble, I thought he had a chance to maybe get it to the end zone. But the defense does a nice job. Yeah, they gave up a couple yards, but they kept him out of the end zone.
They have struggled big time in the red zone so far. Can they fights his way in for the score? Touchdown, Tigers.
Boy, this defense just getting manhandled at the line of scrimmage. They just loaded up in that goal line formation and pushed their way into the end zone.
PAT is good, so it's 7-0. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and to bring the football to the 25-yard line. And Nebraska's offense is back out on the field. They were forced to punt it away last time, so let's see if they can get clicking in this possession. Off the play fake on first down. Snags the quick throw. They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. Now it's second down here. To the air, it's Washington. Receiver makes the catch, and they wrap him up after the completion just short of the first down marker.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down, but instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Pass caught. Good enough for the first down to the 37.
Boy, I really like this call here on 3rd and 2 for this first down. You know, with the ability to run and throw, you could go either way. The defense here looks like they're a little bit more geared up against the run. So the quarterback hits that quick slant. They pick up the nice first down.
Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. An explosive play. Big gain across midfield to the 42. The Cornhuskers looking to run some tempo here.
Boy, really nice throw here to the slot receiver, and I love the quickness that he has after the catch. He's essentially a running back playing at that slot position. That's how dangerous he is after he makes a catch.
Tackled quickly after the catch, he'll be short of the marker.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Looking to throw again. Makes a quick catch. Goes down after making the grab. That's not going to be enough for a first down.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
A catch makes it a more manageable third down. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, it seemed like the offense is trying to throw some kind of misdirection with that run there. But give credit to the defense. They were prepared for anything, and they swallowed that running back up. Nice defensive stand.
Field goal try, no good. He missed it. And after the miss, still down by 7.
That's a missed opportunity for some points here. The way they were moving the football, I thought maybe a touchdown at the very least, 3 points. But instead, he shanks it.
First down, we're going to throw the ball. And he's going to rifle this one deep to the left side. Deep shot caught inside the 25. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson. So still early, but this offense beginning to build momentum and build the lead now, Kirk.
As we've seen over the years, Chris, good teams know how to use the first quarter to establish the lead, the second quarter to increase the lead, and the final half just to hold on to it. They're following that blueprint perfectly, widening the distance between them and their opponent before we even get to the locker rooms.
He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. And Nebraska's offense is back out on the field. No doubt the last drive was deflating. They had to settle for a field goal attempt, but missed it. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Oh, look at the quick cut. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the marker, inches away. Less than a yard to go as they cover the line on second down. Takes the handoff again. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Hey, this defense continues to just be physical at the line of scrimmage. Offense can't do anything on the ground, and by doing that, this defense is allowing their defensive front to get pressure on the quarterback. Every time they drop back to throw, they become a one-dimensional offense.
The Cornhuskers will line up to punt it away.
Number 14 in punt formation to kick it away.
And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. Okay, the Clemson offense heads back out onto the field. Last possession, a one-play lightning strike with a big touchdown pass. And the defense make adjustments here. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Catch hauled in here over the middle. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
That's an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding that window between the zones and delivering the ball on time.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Pulls incomplete, broken up by the defender nicely that time.
This quarterback's got to be so frustrated. He's got an open receiver. He makes a good throw with a good route from his intended target, but this defensive back makes a heck of a play on the ball and knocks it away.
That play makes it 2nd and 10. Play action fake, looking to throw. Looking for his big tight end. And the defender gets a hand in there to break the pass up.
That's an athletic play by the defensive back, playing tight coverage, seeing the ball, and not giving the receiver a chance to get their hands on it.
Looking for a deep completion. He grabs it inside the 20. And he finally steps out of bounds after a huge gain. It'll be 1st down and goal. That huge play sets up a great opportunity. 1st and goal just outside the 5. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And that run produces a decent gain.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces a defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the 1st down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this.
And he'll get there. Touchdown, Tigers. So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. Attack on the PAT, and it's 21-0. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away.
21, Nebraska 0.
And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. Here comes the Nebraska offense back out on the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? 1st down here. Time for one more play before the clock stops for the 2-minute warning. They'll run it from the gun. They'll tackle him right at the 31. That's the 2-minute warning. Let's see if this offense can do something before the break to cut into this big lead. Second down after that run on the previous play. Scanning the field. It's Washington. It's an out route. The catch made. Before he goes out of bounds, it'll move the sticks. More than enough for a 1st down. 1st and 10 now for the offense. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Short connection to the tight end here.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or 2 guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around.
On the junior, gets home, making a sack there.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. Offense will keep it on the ground here. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's 4th down coming up. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. And the Huskers will bring their punt team onto the field. And he'll be forced out of bounds after a small pickup on that return. And the powerful Clemson offense is back out there. They've really built momentum in this game. They've been hard to stop. Can the defense make some adjustments, come up with a stop here? First play of the drive, they come out throwing. Receiver makes the grab, and he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
And the defense sits back in a zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a 1st down.
He lets it go on the move. Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up.
Some players just have a real knack for timing their jump and that defender was able to get a big paw on the ball and bat it away.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? He's going to take off. Jukes to get free. The defense gets him, but it's a first down. Shows you how dangerous he can be scrambling. And the Tigers come to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to throw it on first down. Lofting it toward the left sideline. And the deep shot falls incomplete. But wait, there is a flag on the play, so we'll check that out. Obviously, the defense will decline that penalty on the offense and take the result of that play. Second down play coming up for this offense. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on first down. Pass not complete. Now it's third and long for this offense, with the ball right at midfield. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Lets it go. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. Touchdown, Clemson. This quarterback on fire today.
Chris, how dangerous is this offense? Of course, you know about the receivers, those vertical shots, but here's an example. You give the ball to the running back out in space, takes it all the way to the end zone for a touchdown.
Automatic in the PAT. So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback. They'll start at the 25. And Nebraska's offense is back out on the field. Backed up this close to the red zone in the final minute. Let's see if they just decide to take care of the football and look toward the second half. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Quick throw, testing the middle. It's caught downfield. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. Big chunk gain on the first play of the drive sets him up near midfield at 1st and 10. Looking to throw. It's Washington. Throws it to the right. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. This offense has gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. It's a quick grab. And the offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
Well, defense didn't have any time at all to get pressure on the quarterback. He gets the ball out of his hands pretty quickly on the hitch to the receiver.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. And he dumps it off to the tight end. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. The Huskers will line up on 1st and 10. From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. Here's a target, and it's complete. Doesn't quite get in, but it sets up a 1st and goal for this offense. The Cornhuskers will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. Defense calls their 3rd and final timeout of the half now. Now a chance to cut into this lead before halftime. It's 1st and goal. Secondary up now, trying to jam these receivers. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Huskers. And they'll set up now for the extra point drop. The extra point is good, but still trailed by 3 touchdowns, 28-7. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. Return begins inside the 10. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. Handoff to the back. Breaking free at the 35. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. Crosses the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. Just ran away from the defense.
What a touchdown. Anytime you see a play go for that many yards, everything has to come together. The offensive line did their job, the running back's vision and instincts and speed, and the play caller setting up the perfect personnel group, formation, and play call. It all came together, and they get the big score.
He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. And the coverage team brings him down as the clock runs out in the first half of play. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Cornhuskers will kick this away to begin the second half. We'll call for the fair catch here. Okay, the Clemson offense heads back out onto the field. And this offense trying to build in a very impressive first-half performance, trying to stretch the lead right away. Oh, the pass is picked off. Can he take it all the way? Past the 20. Going to take it all the way in. Pick 6. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. For the takeaway and the touchdown, that is just a dream play for any defender, Kirk.
Well, let's start with the interception. I just love the fact that he got his eyes turned around, found the football, and then has the athletic ability to be able to secure it. Then he goes back to high school running back days and shows you what he can do with the ball in his hands and takes it all the way back for a touchdown. Beautiful thing.
And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
Ball handed to the running back. What a move, breaking ankles and still going. Big gain across midfield. Tackle finally made to the 32.
Outstanding blocking on the left side of that offensive line. That's really what opened up this play. They did their job, and you can see the results. You burst open and get a big gain on the ground. If I were them, I'd keep going to that side and see how much more success they can have.
He's brought down at the 25-yard line.
Second down after that previous play. Quick pass, the catch is made. And he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out, get out of your base, maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field. Somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
Clemson now operating in the red zone. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. He's got it right near the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. To stretch the lead, the route is on. That's another strike from this quarterback, Kirk. He is having himself a day.
This guy's just having one of those days you dream about against this secondary. Let's also give credit to the wide receivers doing a nice job of getting open, and the big fellas up front for giving him enough time to throw.
And here's the return from inside the 5. And the coverage team pins him in and brings him down. And Nebraska's offense is back out on the field. They start the drive with a quick throw to the right. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Washington. Looking for the wideout. He pulls it in for a big gain. And the gain just good enough for a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Quick pass, here comes a jet sweep. Picks up 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
And just a short gain this time, they're able to get him down.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide.
Down goes the quarterback. It's a sack.
That takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
And at 4th down, they'll punt it away here. See if he can make something happen with the return. He's brought down, but a good effort to make something of that return. And the powerful Clemson offense is back out there. On that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the ground game. Let's see if that formula works again. They'll run it to the right side. He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from it.
Love those positive yards on 1st and 10, and it's not quite a first down. Looks like it'll bring 2nd and inches, but sure does open up the playbook here to be able to open up, maybe take a shot downfield.
Makes a quick grab. He stopped, but he gets a first down.
Well, defending this guy, you need more than one defender. You really got to stress rallying to the football because this guy can make people miss.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Short throw to the sideline, forced out after just a short gain.
Boy, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
They go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play. Offense looking to keep the drive alive. It's 3rd down. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. They got him. Defense comes up with a sack.
If I'm on this offensive line, man, I do not want to see the game finish. This has been a tough game for the big boys. It appears almost like they've just been moonwalking the entire game, and they've been pushed all around. That's 6 sacks surrendered already in this game.
Tackled at the 33. That's good enough for a first down.
I thought the defense did a pretty good job here on this 4th down, but how about the quarterback? Throws an absolute laser to get that one in there for the first down.
He makes the grab. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down.
This guy's been such a big factor in this game. Already a couple touchdowns. Now they need the first down. They dial him up again, and he delivers.
Looks right for a quick completion.
So much pressure on the defense against the RPO because you're always going to be wrong if it's executed correctly. Here, they were determined to stop the run. The problem is you leave yourself vulnerable to a throw into a flat. Right flat's open. The quarterback makes the right throw. Look at these yards.
And they convert here on 3rd down in the red zone. This is a 4-point type of play, touchdown or field goal. Looks like Clemson will have the first down.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
The offense sets up in scoring position with a new set of downs. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
Well, the defense is locked in on this running back, and for good reason. He's already scored a couple touchdowns. If I'm the offensive coordinator, give it to him one more time. Let him make it a hat trick.
Here's a run to the left, looking for the touchdown. Touchdown, Tigers! And the route is on.
Man, it's just a thing of beauty to watch this offense. That's this guy's 3rd touchdown. But give the offensive line a lot of credit. They're getting enough of a push to give him some room to show you what he can do with that space.
No problem with PAT right down the middle.
Nebraska, 14.
He's going to return it from near the goal line. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Here comes the Nebraska offense back out on the field. The last time they were forced to punt it away. Can they get points out of this possession? They're gaining some breathing room now. Tackled at the 26.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, and maybe throw the ball downfield.
Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. Handoff here from the shotgun. They pick up 4, so 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here, keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
They'll hand it off. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Crucial third down play coming up.
Well, the defensive coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play. And the Huskers are going to keep this drive rolling. Looking to pass. It's Washington. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Important second down play coming up. And as we take a break, take a quick look at how the national rankings stack up in the chase for those playoff positions. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the... Here's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Caught quickly. There's the tackle, but first down yardage. The Huskers come to the line to set a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Short pass, finds the tight end. And he's shoved out of bounds with the defense short of the first down marker. Getting set. Here's 2nd down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Turner. Defense makes the stop after the completion. So now it's 3rd and short from the 30. Chance for the defense to make a play here and perhaps force a field goal attempt. Snags the quick throw. Gain moves it to the 24. That's a fresh set of downs. Defensive fans getting frustrated. Offense continues to march. Caught in the flat by the running back. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense. It's becoming a long march. The 11th play coming up. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Fires it to the wideout. Grab down the middle. It's Turner. Stopped quickly at the 13, but here we are in the red zone. The Cornhuskers are going to take advantage of this red zone trip. Here comes a throw from the red zone. And it's incomplete. He just missed his target, overthrowing it. Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. This time, a completion. Tackled at the 6-yard line after the completion. Offense really threatening now.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to get...
Catch made in the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska.
Love this never-say-die attitude from this quarterback. He's still slinging it out there. This game's out of reach, but this guy's still putting the ball in the air, and this one's a touchdown.
Point after, knocked right through. Getting set to kick the ball off now.
That makes the score. Clemson 49, Nebraska 21.
And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. Okay, the Clemson offense heads back out onto the field. This group has been clicking. They've really built momentum. Can the defense make adjustments? Come up with a stop here. They stop him after a 6-yard gain. So 2nd and 4.
At the 28. 2nd down coming up.
And there's the handoff. Makes the catch, but the defense breaks in the ball, and it's a short gain. Solid gain on the running play. 3rd down now. They'll try to run for the first down. That's a good effort on the run, but the defense stops him just short of the marker. 4th down now. The Tigers will look to convert here on 4th down. Oh, looks like the defense jumped offside there. If that's the case, this will be a first down.
Encroachment. Defense.
Mental mistake by the defense. That'll cost him 5 yards. So 1st and 10. That's a costly mistake by the defense on 4th down. Here comes the handoff. Nice run. He's brought down to the 44.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
The senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Brought down to the 47, and that will move the sticks.
How impressive these guys been up front today. Big 3rd down, know what you need to do, get the first down, continue to hold on to that lead, continue to work clock, and get that much closer to securing a victory.
Play action here on 1st down. And he's going to stretch the defense, taking a deep shot here. But this one is broken up, ball's incomplete.
Well, Chris, the offense takes a shot downfield, and this defender does a great job of making a play on the ball. Not only that, he tips that ball up into the air. Good chance for the defense to come up with an interception there.
Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Looking to pass here on second down. Quarterback escapes the pocket. He's looking to scramble. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from the first down. Can they convert on third down and keep this drive rolling? And they'll work the clock here by keeping it on the ground. Brought down to the 27. It's a first down. This offense really threatening now.
You know, I'd say this run is pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, the guys up front have controlled the line of scrimmage. They've given a quarterback time to throw. They've been able to run, really, whatever they've wanted to. That's why the points are going up on the board. Right now, the psyche of this offense is we're in control, and we can do whatever we want whenever we feel like doing it.
They look to throw it here on second down. And the pass is complete to the tight end. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Clemson getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. One man at the backfield, and he'll get the football. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete. On the drive that will not end, it is a long way to go on third down here. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Lets it go quickly. And that one's picked off. What a play. Look out, he's got some space. And he's wrapped up after a solid return. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Looking to throw. It's Washington. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down. Offense looking to throw the ball. Lets it fly to the wideout. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up third down. Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. On third down, he drops to throw. Incomplete for a third straight play.
Well, that's not what you want to see as an offense when you're trailing late in a football game. An incompletion on third down and long. Hey, it's a bit of a risk, but with that clock looking the way it looks right now, I think you got to go for it here and hope to convert on 4th and long.
And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. And that's the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to work the clock, getting closer now to an impressive victory. And here's the handoff. Makes a nice move there. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down. They'll run this play from the pistol formation. And looking to throw now on first down. The sure hands. It's Wells. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. First down and 10.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Keeping it on the ground here. Going to try to run inside, but nowhere to go.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. But they tackle him after just a 2-yard gain, so it sets up a 3rd and 8. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Quick throw to his receiver. Makes the catch downfield.
Well, these guys just won't let up. Another big positive gain here in the passing game from this offense. This is one of those games you kind of look forward to the film study. You get through things on Saturday night. Maybe you go over there on Sunday to the facility, and on Monday as a team you break down the film. They'll be pretty happy when they get the chance to look at this one.
And there it is, the 4th down conversion that should just about secure the W, Kirk.
You got to love a head coach that really believes in his guys. Coaching with the lead late. I love that he's coaching to win, not coaching not to lose. Goes with an aggressive approach. It pays off because that offensive line opens that hole up and the back gets just enough to secure a victory of that first down.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Can he reach the end zone? Tackled just short of the goal line at the 1. What a run. And the Tigers hustle to the line to crank up the tempo. We'll try to run it with the option. Pitches to the back. Touchdown, Clemson. And the beatdown continues.
You know, coaches love to see a football team that doesn't get caught up in the scoreboard. They're just out executing and doing what needs to be done. That's what we're seeing from this offense. Yeah, they continue to put points on the board and they're pulling away. I just love to see the execution and how they're going about their business.
Nebraska, 21.
And he'll lead the kickoff right there. They'll start from the 25. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Looking downfield, it's Washington. The Pat airing this one out toward the sideline. And the catch is made way downfield. That's a big game, but they could have used that when this football game was still in doubt. Well, frankly, Kirk.
Welcome to East Lansing, Michigan, Spartan Stadium and home of the Michigan State Spartans. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, squaring off with another team from the Pac-12, the Michigan State Spartans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. So Michigan State's return team didn't help matters out much with that one. And as this star running back comes onto the field, everybody in the stadium knows he's going to get it. The defense knows it. Doing something about it is quite a different thing.
It's hard to stop him. He's hard to handle because he can do it in so many ways. He can run by you. He can run through you. He really has the whole package, and that's why he's a superstar, and that's why they'll feed him early and often.
Really nice job on that throw, just giving his guy an opportunity to catch the ball. It kind of reminds me about Bill Burke, a guy I played against back in the Citrus Bowl when I was playing. He was throwing to Plaxico Burress, and he just kept putting the football in Plax's range, and we just couldn't stop the two of them. They went up and down the field on us all day long throwing it. If you just give your guy a chance like he did right there, I don't know if this defense can stop him.
On second down, he'll let it fly. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third down, going up top. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Nothing but green grass down the middle. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Torres. And the defense coming with bad intentions. They knock him down for a loss.
It's now second and goal.
Looking to throw it again. Oh, he drops it right down the middle of the field, and he couldn't make the play.
You got to have a lot of precision and timing on these slant throws, right? You're throwing it as soon as the receiver comes out of the break to try to get it to him quickly. They just didn't have the timing there, and it falls incomplete.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Michigan State.
What a nice job by the offense. First drive of the game, they matriculate it down the field, put themselves in a goal-to-go situation on 3rd down. It's not going to be easy throwing it, but they win the matchup. Accurate throw, and they get paid.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So Clemson's offense taking the field for a chance we have to see them today. And what a great matchup we have of 2 highly productive runners, David.
And I like the competition aspect of this, Reese. Like, I'm watching what you're doing on the other side, and I'm going to prove I'm a better running back than you. Both these guys are looking to be the man today.
And both guys can go the distance, right? These 2 running backs seem to get better as the game goes on. So which defense can be more physical, step up, and at least slow the other guy down?
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
He fires it out to the right. Lost, the defense is wide open. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. Quarterback on the keeper. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4.
And it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Into the house. Touchdown, Clemson.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Going up top on 1st down. He's got the back in the middle. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give him a 1st down. And the Spartans in the hurry up.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that 1st.
And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. Timeout called by the defense. It's their 1st of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The Spartans have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. And a quick shuffle pass underneath. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. This offense has a 2nd down play.
Well, the tight end makes the catch. He just tries to do a little too much after it. He makes one guy miss, and at that point starts running backwards. Ultimately ends up losing yards.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And and the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. And very important, not only to generate power, but to find his mark, a 49-yard try from the left. Never a doubt. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Right back to the well. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5. This Tiger running game starting to show some juice, sort of a C.J. Spiller type of feel.
Yeah, and it doesn't always hit you early. It doesn't always hit you on the first possession, but I do think they've done a good job over the years, Clemson, with sticking with the run game, creating that balance, trying to get those first downs, and trying to create some tempo against your defense.
No running back on the field. 5 wide on 2nd and 1. He rifles one deep to the left. And it's caught inside the 30. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. The Tigers will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. From the gun, feeling some heat. They stop him short as he was trying to scramble and find his way to the goal line. And they want this defense spread out across the width of the field. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Clemson! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
And the Spartans will hustle to the line. Now the play fake. And the heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Torres. And that ball's on the ground behind the line. A huge break to fall on that football, but still the field position is poor. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. The Spartans decide to punt it away. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
To the air on 1st down. Buys a little time with his feet. He's going to take off. On the move at the 30. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. He's going to pass. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. Touchdown, Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They're just about ready to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
They'll try the left side. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
Setting up the screen. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And the Spartans will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Here's the return. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. They're bringing heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. Clemson will send the punt team out. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
The Spartans headed quickly to the line. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Working the middle, it's complete. And he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. The give to the tailback. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up. Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line. On 2nd down, looking to throw. With the catch, it's Fowler. Makes the catch, and he's brought down. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? He's looking to throw. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. And the Spartans will try to pin them back with the punt. Hauls it in and looking upfield. And the punt team. Fling him to the ground. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
Man, I feel for this quarterback. I've been there before. I mean, you're playing at night. It's super cold. It's going to be hard to execute these passes. That one got away from the QB, and he throws it big.
Looking to move it through the air. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Finds a crease at the 20. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. They'll give it to the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. To the ground with the back. Not a lot of daylight there. Let's give him 1 to the 14. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. Absolutely perfect. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. LSU managed to eke out the victory in a tighter than expected one. Don't blame the gumbo wear in Baton Rouge this week. These Tigers are to blame for this one being this close. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Well, he might have wanted to just let that one go to see if it would go into the end zone, but makes the fair catch at the 5. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The give to the back. Just causing wreckage in the secondary. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. There's an idea that Clemson can only run the ball when they sort of trick you and get you in space, but they're showing a lot of versatility now.
Yeah, I think the word you were looking for was finesse. They've been a...
Hit the afterburners, kid. Past the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. He shed tackles like a snake getting rid of his skin.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Now a two-point conversion attempt coming up. Fast motion from the offense. Wants to go up top. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create some. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
The Spartans racing to the line in a hurry-up. Handoff to the lone back. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. A third down try for the offense. And the Spartans get it past the sticks.
Man, this offense continues to do such a great job on third down. One of the best in the country at it, and the reason why, they keep it manageable most of the time. Third and short, they can run the football, be physical, convert first downs. This offense has been so good on third downs.
Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to a first down. They'll throw it on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Looking to pass on second down. And the quarterback is snowed under. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Buying some time. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Spartans will punt it away on fourth down. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. He's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Showing the arm straight down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. Bringing it back. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. All the way down at the 33-yard line. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Fires to the middle. Makes a connection. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Sparty.
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game. Didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
And the defense snows him under after a very short game. Just enough time to get off one more snap. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Spartans will kick it away to start the second half. Fair catch called for and made. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On second down, he'll let it fly. He's got it. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
With all those receivers in the game, you might think they were getting ready to try to take a big shot. Instead, just efficiently moving the chains.
Yeah, you got all that.
Oh, the ball's on the ground. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought... Defense gets the ball back for its own. Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Off-play action on first down. And the pressure was in his grill in an eyelash.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. He's got his man. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He'll throw it. Fires to the tight end. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Spartans line up to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. The last time they had it, they weren't secure with the football and put it on the ground, David.
Yeah, and I think sometimes that would cause for you to be a little bit conservative, but keep doing you. Put that behind. It's one mistake, Jesse. Move on.
I've always been a fan of getting that guy who fumbled it, the ball back early. You got to let that guy turn the page. They need him to make plays if they're going to win this game.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. New set of downs after that completion. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come in.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Wants to throw on first down. Right through his hands, incomplete. I think he knew he had a chance for a big play, but it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. And here's the third interception of the night. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Offense set on first down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. And the Spartans want to crank the tempo. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Unloads quickly. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Looking down the middle. It's caught downfield. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. They'll leave it with him. Smashes through. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring. Looking to throw for it. Now adjusting. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. And this field goal team has been busy. This kicker comes out for the 3rd time tonight. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. It's good. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Purdue is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Bob Greasy, this might not be over just yet. They're trailing by just 4 to Hawaii. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They're trying to get to it. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. How about this Spartan defensive front making plays like the legendary Bubba Smith?
And if you're going to have a great defense in East Lansing, it's going to be up front. It's going to be those.
He's looking deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
And the spin move was sweet and athletic, but not necessarily that productive. The Spartans come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this third down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Fowler. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly to the tight end. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to... Here. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll pass on the 50-yard field goal try and instead try to pick up the first down here on fourth. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Low man wins. Defense that time on fourth down was expecting run, and you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense...
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
And that's the fourth sack this offensive line has given up today. And guess what? You thought they'd be better. Last week, they got their butts chewed out. 6 sacks they gave up. This week, on their way to doing it again, this offensive line has to step up.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. That's caught. It's Spears. Snowed under by the defense.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little water guys, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the football.
He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. Finds his man. It's Spears. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. Clemson set up with another first down. He's going to pass. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They take the lead with the 6. This dude is putting on a show, taking up residence in the end zone by the air and by the ground, in keeping with what Clemson looks for in a quarterback.
Man, this is unbelievable. I mean, you've seen so many great guys run through, and Clemson majors in quarterbacks that can throw, can run, and really be dynamic, and this guy is having himself a day.
The kickoff team out there and ready to go. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner is stopped. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute with some points on the board.
And the Spartans moving quickly to the line. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Spartans will line up to punt it away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Makes the catch near the 50. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Fighting off the defender. Give him 109 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. Power football with the run. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. And they're going to need him to finish this game. He has to...
Headed to the end zone, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They'll try the run. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you try to sneak this in here, right? 3rd down, kind of manageable situation, not too far, not too short, where maybe I can throw the football, but I sneak that draw, and their defense said, no, sir, I'm ready for that. Stuffs him on the 3rd down.
He will not get it. A 4th down stop for this defense as they try to salt this one away. Running back goes in motion. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Caught behind the line. It's Turner. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Here comes Clemson with another 1st down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. The give, and tick, 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 tick.
And there's a coachable moment for that young man right there. It's a nice run. Your team's got the lead late, but because of that, you cannot go out of bounds before you get to 2 minutes. If you go out, the clock's going to stop, and that's a coachable moment, something he'll learn from moving forward.
Give to the running back. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They just need a few more inches here on 4th down, and they'll try to get it with the offense. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. And the Tigers want to pick up the tempo. A 1st down run on the doorstep. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson. They add on another score, and And now that record, oh, so close to going to 8-1 on the season. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup. Iowa State notched a victory in enemy territory. And though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from Ames is worth its weight in gold to the Cyclones. Each week in college football, the tests are just so tough. And we found that out again today, guys, with another ranked team going down.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Snagged in the middle. It's Fowler.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
He's looking for a man on second down. Finds his tight end. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing.
And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. Dialing up a second down pass play. Fires to the tight end. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Getting some heat. And the freshman will chalk up a sack. The first down sack pushes the ball back for this long second down. He's looking to throw. Coming after him. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. He'll take a shot. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan State.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football.
The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Line gets set, first down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They're testing the right side here. Runs through the tackle. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll go to the ground. He get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Running back searching for a hole. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. At the 20, he's got space. just trucks through it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of third and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You could throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
And you can...
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. These guys looking to put the finishing touches on this game with that score.
I think you feel confident that ends it, right? Late in the game, it would take a miracle for the defense to get back in it. That miracle is no longer coming now.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positive.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You've got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
He's got him, and they convert. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. One more play to pad the stats. Comes out throwing on first down. Looking for the end zone. And that pass is incomplete. They were going for the consolation touchdown, but to no avail, and that's going to do it for this one. So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right. How do you handle adversity? Every coach talks about that. They dealt with it now. They got the loss. They had a little bit of struggle early in the season. What do? You respond by putting a winning streak together, gaining some momentum as the season closes.
And sometimes the good thing about losing games early is that you know you're not perfect. You have to come out. You've got to bring your A game to the park each and every week, and that's what we've seen from this team now recently. They've got tremendous players. They've got an outstanding coaching staff. When they put it all together and they play with great effort, this team's tough to beat.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.